Hello, guys. It's Miss Tasha, and it's Sunday, June 7th, 2015. Oh God, I'm trying to skip a year. Yeah, and unfortunately, I couldn't make it for church today. I couldn't sleep. I had a very sleepless night, but in my insomnia, I found a topic for today, and it's basically about happiness and perfection. I mean, I feel, and this is completely based on my opinion, like we tend to confuse the two. In my opinion, happiness is a choice. You choose it. And perfection, that's a state of mind. That's why we have a lot of variations in what is perfect and what's not. Because your state of mind is clearly not going to be the same as my state of mind, hence the confusion. So basically, when I couldn't sleep today, I was just sitting in bed and I looked right beside me, and my fiance was sleeping like a baby. I know, so cute, sleeping like a baby, and I was so jealous. But I was happy in that moment. I was happy, and it was perfect. Yeah, so basically, happiness is like making an omelet. That's the best thing I can say. And this topic is relationship based, of course. Um, so happiness is like making an omelet. Every ingredient in an omelet represents your decisions, your choices. I mean, making an omelet, you have to break a few eggs. Just like being happy, you gotta go through a few things. You have to make sacrifices. You have to give up certain liberties, especially in relationships. So, with every egg that you break, it symbolizes how you want your happiness to be, how big you want it to be. The more the eggs, the bigger the omelet. So the more choices, the more decisions you invest in your life, in your relationships, the bigger the happiness, the bigger the happier you will be. That's the word I am looking for. Now, there are always extras, just like if you want a cheese omelet, or if you want to add mushrooms, bell pepper, spinach, pepper, salt, especially salt. Happiness is the same. In order to be happy, you gotta take a certain path in life. I feel I'm happy right now because I have invested certain decisions and certain choices in me and my man. Like, I've given up certain things. That's a critical decision. I look at things differently. It's not just about me anymore. It's about us. And I have to consider that. It's rough. It's really rough, but you have to look at the overall picture. If I don't do certain things, I'm not going to be happy. Neither is the other person. And then we're all just giant unhappy people and we can't live under one roof. It's not going to be. That was my rice cooker. It just went off, but it's a really smart rice cooker. It's just gonna stop itself. Perfect. So, the one mistake that most partners make in relationships is making assumptions. You just can't throw in stuff and expect to get a perfect omelet. You gotta think about it. Sit through. Make a list. Decide what omelet you want. What does it look like? What is it going to taste like? Those choices, I think they take on a role of communication. I have learned to be such an amazing communicator. There is nothing that I won't ask if I'm unclear. And I know it really drives me nuts, but I would rather ask you than assume and do something wrong that's gonna tick you off and then just bring everything to an explosion. I can't handle that. Sometimes I even feel like I'm like an errand to him. Like I irritate him with the questions that I ask. It's like, dude, I don't want to assume you want this, and just carry on. And you turning around and be like, why the heck didn't you ask me? So I want to ask you first. Communication is key. Communicate as much as you can. Just like plan, decide, make that omelet perfect. Especially if it's a breakfast one, you want it to be al dente. And then there's perfection. What is perfect? I don't know. For me, perfect is our little tiny apartment. Me and the man, just us. That's perfect. Lunch, dinner, breakfast, dessert. That's perfect for me. Perfection is a state of mind. Don't let nobody decide for you what your perfect will look like. It's not going to work. That is where we have failed relationships. If your best friend is telling you, oh, that's not perfect, he's not the right guy for you, he does that, he does this, that, and that. Well, that's a good friend. They're pointing that out for you, but what are you thinking? What are your thoughts? What are your decisions? What are your opinions? What is your mind telling you? What is your heart telling you? That those factors are going to decide what your perfect is like. For me, my perfect is that man over there. He's perfect. I don't care if he comes with a few cracks in the wall. That adds to it. That's what paints this perfect picture for me. So I find that in not asking the questions, you reserve yourself from being happy. You preserve yourself from being happy. Ask questions, ladies, gentlemen out there. Ask them questions. If red freaks you out, does red freak you out? And it'll be like, what the heck are you asking? It's like that red thing that I wanted to get. Is that going to freak you out? Like, well, just get it if you like it. No. If I like it, I like it. But do you like it? Because we're living in this tiny space together. I shouldn't be doing something that you don't like. I mean, that might seem like I am being, like, just unselfish, but that's not the right word. That might look like I'm doing things for my partner and not for me, but in the long run, it's for us. That's what relationships are all about. It's about you and the other person. So you have to be considerate. What else did I want to talk about today? uh, Anyways, to sum this up, be your own chef. Be your own chef. If you want to be happy, make your own omelet. Don't ask somebody to say, just bring me an omelet. You don't know what they're going to put in it. Like, that person's omelet they have a different mentality of how they're going to make it. Like different tests, different ingredients. So unless you know that person that's making it and they've made it before, then you can trust them. But if you're just going to walk up to a person and be like, make me an omelet, I think the first thing they would ask you is like, what type of omelet do you want? The same thing applies to our relationships, our lives, our whatever it is you're doing. If you just roll with it and you don't make choices, you don't communicate, you don't plan it, you're not going to be happy because you don't know what you want to go into your happiness. You have to plan these things. You have to put in thought. You have to make choices, decisions, talk to your partner, communicate. Because by the end of the day, you're not in this thing alone. You have another person. Get their opinions about what type of omelet you guys want to make. This omelet thing is just like perfect um, metaphor for happiness. It works. Don't you think so? Anyways, I've been rambling for the last 11 minutes, but just remember, you are the one eating the omelet. So don't let other people decide what it's going to taste like. Make that decision. And once you get to that place, you will be happy. It's like pure bliss. I know I've had to crush a few people along the way just for me to be happy. Maybe lost a few friends, angered a few family members, but it was about me and not them. I love them. God knows I love them. But sometimes it is what it takes to get there. So, if you have any criticism, any opinions, any add-ons, any minuses, please drop me a few comments. And I feel much better. I didn't go to church, but at least I feel like I touched a small piece of the Bible today because the Bible does emphasize happiness, right? But I promise I'll go to church next week. Yes, Mr. Man, I'll go to church with you. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm still rocking my natural, but I think tomorrow my weave comes from China, so I'm gonna get my hair done. But I've enjoyed really being natural because I just have to wake up, blow dry my hair, and I'm ready. Yes, so this is a talk with Miss Tasha. If you like it, let me know. I just go on ranting about things, the relationship, love, sex, marriage, education, fashion. Like, I've had a few opinions about this whole Bruce, Caitlyn Jenner thing. I'm happy for you, dude. Well, lady. I know I'm a Christian. That does go against my religion, but God also wants us to be who we are, love ourselves. So I am happy for him, for now her. So you guys, you gotta go easy on this whole transformation thing. We gotta love one another regardless. Transgender, bisexual, lesbian, gay, curious. I think there's also monosexual, where people love themselves and love to make love to themselves. That's a thing actually. So we're all different. By the end of the day, we got the same red liquid flowing in us. If you shoot me, red is gonna come out. If you shoot Kris Jenner, red is gonna come out. If you shoot any other person or cut them all out, that came out wrong. injure them. They're human beings. I'm a human being. We're all human beings. So let's support one another's decisions as long as they don't hurt the other person. That's the most important thing. God bless you all. And I love you. Thank you for your time.